My personal phone, the Vivo V21, has been holding up well for like a year since the purchase. But there are issues that really bothers me, and my personal phone is in use for an upgrade, so there are options to go for. My question is, do I go for CMF Phone 2 Pro or newly released Oppo Reno 14F? The answer is neither. You already know what it is if you read the title. Yup, I bought a OnePlus. I bought a OnePlus Nord CE5. Holy crap, my parcel is here way before I got back home, and I'm thankful that it arrived just in time, and decided to yoink it and went on to my room. So what do we have here is the replacement for Umika Nugget, aka my Vivo V21. So what did I buy here this time is gonna be something different. I was originally going to get Nothing Phone as my personal phone or CMF phone. They feel like they're compelling in terms of value. Unfortunately, neither of these are in my option. But the Reno 14F is very compelling, but the Snapdragon 6 Gen 1 that was in the Reno is the same SoC as the Reno 13F, the Snapdragon 6 Gen 1, but with some camera improvements or something. I have no idea. I had a blast going on a trip to Sabah, and I really enjoyed that. And the climate's cold in Kundasang, and I really recommend going there if you're going on a trip in Malaysia. But yeah, here we have the Oppo power adapter, the 80-watt SuperVOOC. Yup, I bought my first ever OnePlus phone. But in this case, this is the OnePlus Nord CE5. Let me have a look at the front of the box, and as you can see, we have a OnePlus logo on the top left, and there's a triplet text full of Nord on the black portion here on the full tail box. On the left hand side, we have nothing. On the top side is, yup, somebody labeled this the CE5 white. Yeah, the white variant is Marble Mist, and you can get the CE5 in Infinity Black or Marble Mist. Okay, there's a small correction. You can also get this phone in Nexus Blue variant, but unfortunately, it's not available in Malaysia as of right now. But you can only get Nexus Blue variant in Indian markets. Yeah, absolute stinker, I know. And on the bottom, there's nothing. And on the right side, we have a OnePlus Nord CE5 text right here. On the back here, we have some information about the phone. The model is literally the Oppo model number, and I bought it with 8GB 256GB variant, which is the only sole variant that is available in Malaysia at this moment. So as you can see, it's powered by MediaTek Dimensity. So I'm gonna go ahead and unwrap the box and see what this phone has to offer. Oh god, some shipping damage here. How did I miss that? What do we get in the box is some booklets and stuff, and of course we have a SIM ejector pin which does have a smiley face on it. That's cute. And of course we have a USB-A to USB-C cable. But unfortunately, no free case in the box. So I can't use the Nord CE5 as is because my case is currently on the way. Here's the phone itself wrapped in the OnePlus emblem. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it out and open it up. Yep, this is the easy way. And then I'm gonna peel off this little IMEI sticker here because a lot of people left it on all the time. I like to peel this thing off and put it in the original box because that's for the warranty purposes or something, just in case. Oh, that was hard to peel off, but look at that. It's a marble finish. How nice is that? Anyway, first impression of the Nord CE5, it feels cheap, but not too cheap to be honest. But the back of it definitely feels like you're touching a matte marble stone to it. But actually, it's not. Yeah, that's about it for my first impression. But anyway, let's have a tour of this phone. Okay, why is there adhesive still on here? But anyway, let's have a look at the tour of this phone. On the right hand side, we have a power button and of course the volume rocker. And the buttons don't feel as premium as I thought, but not like I will mind anyways. On the top here we have a secondary microphone. On the left side we have nothing because we do not have a plus key that the Nord 5 have. On the bottom we have a single speaker, a USB Type-C port which is 2.0 unfortunately, a main microphone, and of course a SIM card tray that can house a SIM card and a micro SD card slot or dual SIM slot. It's a hybrid slot by any means. And unfortunately, no 3.5mm headphone jack. Okay, why don't I spank my brand new CE5 here? I don't want to do that. On the front here, we have a 16MP selfie camera. Okay, there's a small correction here. So actually, the top camera is the 50MP Sony Light 600 main camera and a less impressive 8MP ultra wide. And of course, we have a sneaky little IR blaster hidden below the camera lens. And of course, we have a single LED flash. And the back cover, look at this. It does look very marbly. It looks very unique. But stinks that it doesn't come with included case. But that's okay by me because I already ordered a case prior to buying this. Anyway, let's go ahead and boot the CE5 right up. Do we have a juice? There we go, we have a juice. See, OnePlus, powered by Android. Oh, look at that, we have a new powered by Android logo here. And as you can see, this thing ships with OxygenOS 15 based on Android 15 out of the box. Hello? Yeah, hello. Never settle. Nope, it's already settled. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and set this thing up for the benchmark and things like that, and I'm gonna reset it right away and set it up as a personal phone. So, yeah. Now let me talk about the Nord CE5 in its marbly glory. It has a MediaTek Dimensity 8350 Apex SoC, which is equivalent to Snapdragon 7 Plus Gen 3 that is in the Nord 4. And the GPU of the CE5 is Mali G615-MC6. The Nord CE5 can be a mid-range beast if you ask me. The CE5 has 8GB of LPDDR5X RAM and 256GB of UFS 3.1 storage, which is what I have here, and can be expandable via micro SD card slots. You can opt for base 8GB RAM and 128GB storage, up to 12GB RAM and 256GB storage variant. Unfortunately, you can only get a middle ground configuration in Malaysia, but that's fine by me since I don't need more than 8GB of RAM on my personal phone. But unless OnePlus Malaysia releases the 8128 variant or 12-256. I don't know, time will tell. Screen-wise, it has a 6.77-inch 1080p Fluid AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate, HDR10 Plus support, and protected by... I don't know what glass is that. Not sure if this is Asahi glass or some kind, or is it Panda glass? God dang it, OnePlus, why didn't you mention the glass? Glass protection aside, the peak brightness of this display is 1500 nits. Wait, I mean below 1500 nits. The Nord CE5 is IP65 rated, which is not high, but it's sufficient in case dream accidents or rainy weather happens. I nearly forgot to mention, this phone has an optical in-display fingerprint reader, which is really quick at pretty much any finger conditions. Battery-wise, the EU model has 5200mAh lithium polymer battery, which is the battery juice nerf, and a tech downgrade from 7100mAh silicon carbon battery on Indian unit. In my case, the Malaysian unit has a larger battery, which is great. More specs are on the screen here. Let me tell you why the OnePlus Nord CE5 is replacing my Vivo V21. First things first, my Vivo V21 had no NFC, which means I can't top up my Touch and Go enhanced card with it, so in order to do that, I resort with my daily driver, the Redmi Note 10 Pro. With OnePlus Nord CE5, I don't need to since it does support NFC out of the box. Wait, why did I say that twice? Second reason is that Vivo dropped the support for V21, so no more security updates for it, and it was stuck on November 2024 security update. Third of all, the battery life on my V21 sucks! Wait, sorry, I mean sucks because of a small battery. It's livable for daily driver, but not for my personal phone if I wanna get in touch with my family. So this is why I decided to upgrade, but I might have a BIOS remorse on this soon because I did use SPayLater for this. I'll talk about that very soon. Software-wise, the OnePlus Nord CE5 ships with OxygenOS 15 based on Android 15, which I have to say feels like Oppo's ColorOS or Realme UI to me, with some differences. It used to be a pure stock Android experience and then slowly becoming a better stock-ish experience, and now it's just ColorOS. Personally, software department on Oppo side of things are good since they still provide security updates even when older phones aren't eligible for latest and greatest Android version. I'm unsure if the same rule applies to OnePlus. Correct me if I'm wrong though. Still, I'm not worried too much about it because the Nord CE5 has guaranteed 4 years of OS updates and 6 years of security updates, just like the non-CE sister, the Nord 5. One neat thing about OxygenOS 15 is that there's live alerts, which is essentially OnePlus's dynamic island implementation, but actually more useful than Apple's implementation would. What really stinks is that live alerts function are very limited, so I can't use Grab or any apps that doesn't support live alerts, so yeah, that's sad. And after some benchmarks and some game testing, I resetted it and then transferred everything from my Vivo V21 to my new Nord CE5. After checking for my missing data and ensure it's all good to go, I resetted my Vivo V21 and it's now ready to be put on for sale. Let me know in the comments below if I should put my carousel listing of my V21 in the description. So that's gonna be the wrap up of the unboxing and overview of the OnePlus Nord CE5. And I already got my phone set up and everything all transferred from my Vivo V21 to here. This phone is ready to go as a new personal phone, and I'll be doing a review of the CE5 soon enough in about a month or two. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like this video, share it to your friends and family, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon for more smartphone content just like this one. If you'd like to donate to the channel, be sure to check out my Ko-fi and Patreon at the links down below. Hopefully, I can cover my own bills. Yeah, donations are appreciated. If you don't want to, then it's okay. For more updates on the TheTechOtaku, be sure to check out my Blue Sky at the link down below, as well as my TikTok, also linked down below. With that said, I'll see you guys in the CE5 review next. Or not, so yeah. TheTechOtaku signing out. Peace. Oh yeah, I had to unbox the 80-watt Oppo power adapter as well, so it's the
SuperVOOC
80-watt power adapter. It's in white. Not even a OnePlus color, but hey, it uses the UK plug, and yeah, that's my guess. So let's go ahead and unbox this thing. It's gonna be a quick one, and yeah. And okay, that was a big power adapter. 80-watt
SuperVOOC.
And I do not see an Oppo logo whatsoever, but that's nice and clean. So yeah, that's it. No cable in the box. Might have to use this along with the OnePlus charger as well, so yeah.